I keep saying it, but I keep playing them. I don't know if I have another JRPG in me because it's like Dragon Quest was a slugfest to get through for me.
Hello and welcome back to Dodge, Parry and Roll, your fortnightly Australian independent video game and existential crisis show. I am your host, one of your hosts for this evening, Josh Vinnie, joined by my dear friend Vinnie. Vinnie, how are you?
I'm good, man. You are the host, though. You're the host, and I'm just the other. I'm the co-host, but you're like the host.
No, I'm a steward. I steer the ship.
Okay.
Wait, does a steward steer a ship? What does a steward do?
The captain steers the ship. The steward just.
Stews.
I don't know what he does. Just has duties. I'm the first mate. You're the captain. You're the captain. I'm the first mate.
Yeah.
Or the co-captain.
So like, a steward isn't a title though, is it? Like like a captain is the captain, and a shepherd shepherds the sheep. Yeah. Is there a steward? Like, is that a title, or is that something you do?
I think it's a title.
Can you fact check that?
I'm gonna have to.
While I intro the show. I mean, if you made it this far, welcome. We are a fortnightly Australian video game and existential crisis show filmed here in wintry old Melbourne, fortnightly here on YouTube. So if you've stumbled across us or you're returning, consider subscribing here to the channel and hear us talk about all sorts of weird things. Last episode, a fortnight ago now, we had our dear friends at For the Players. We had a really good episode talking through everything state of PlayStation and state of Xbox. So if you're a fan of that type of content, check that out. We've done a whole bunch of things. We've spoken about movies, movies turning into games, games turning into movies, our top 10 games that define us. What else have we spoken about on this show?
Everything. We had a little bit of D&D, had a little bit of rant, talk about video games we're playing, our games that define us as people, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh in there, throw a little bit of that.
A little bit of Power Rangers.
Just always Power Rangers.
Always Power Rangers.
And of course, the Wii U.
Of course. Now, where did you land on the shepherd thing? No, the steward.
Look, I Googled it and said a variation of the name Stewart, and then I just gave up.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
This is the problem with AI, Google AI overviews. It just doesn't work. So it's not what I wanted to look at.
Yeah. Did you hear apparently Google is now like highlighting AI generated responses over like news articles or anything like that now?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
We live in a weird world. We're going to talk about that a little bit because I think something ain't right with everything. But Vinny, I was going to let's jump straight in because we saw each other yesterday. We had my son's baptism, which was awesome. We so for those who don't know, we're Catholic, or I'm Catholic, and Vinny's Catholic as well. And a baptism's where where the priest kind of pours the holy water. Traditionally dunks. Well, I guess traditionally back in the day, I think they would like drop the baby into the ocean.
You just get dunked.
Yeah, into a pool of water. Obviously, as things are modernized, it's moved away from that. And then it was the dunking in just like a smaller pool, and now we're at a point where we're just pouring the water over the baby's head. Which I mean. I don't know how I would feel if, the priest was just the dunk Jordan into a pool of water.
A pool of holy water? Yeah, it'd be a bit odd. But, So your son got dunked. He's fine.
He's post-dunk. So, he's now formally a Catholic. But it was a really fun day. Like, I was saying to my wife afterwards, like, Vinny, obviously you were there with your partner. But it was probably the first event we've held maybe since our wedding, which was like not at home, not self-run, and Naomi and I running around making sure everyone's fed and everything, and finding ourselves like not actually taking a moment to like soak it in. This time we had the formalities at the church, and then we had a function afterwards, and it was so nice to just hand the credit card over, as bad as that sounds, and just have food being brought out, a bar tab, served. Drinks. I had a ball.
You could just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was working the field.
To have a good time. Yeah, that's what, mate. You were rotating those tables. You were doing the rounds.
Yeah. I think I did so many rounds. Like I actually circled back a few times. So.
You're like, okay, that's everyone. Let's go for round 2. That's
round
everyone.
2.
Let's go for round 3.
Yeah,
you definitely visited my table a couple of times, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, I was a few reds in, so hope you enjoyed it. You and Sam.
Yeah, we had a great time, and then we're gonna apparently organise to head out because the girls got talking and we're like, oh yeah, let's go do dinner. Let's go out dancing. Apparently, so
We need to do something because we just don't
You got
get
a bit
out
of
as
cabin
much as
fever?
we used to. And I was
getting a
gonna
bit of cabin fever.
Yeah, a little bit of cabin fever. Yeah. And I was going to comment yesterday, Vinny, your hair,
Yeah,
the curls, they're really coming in.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing
They're
anything
happening.
to make it like that? Because I know your hair's naturally wavy, right?
Yeah, it's
Not
naturally
curly.
wavy. No, but this is just. I guess I'm just washing my hair.
So is that all it takes? Just a simple wash and you get that?
Yeah, but it's like buffy and it's like not. It's like, oh look, my hair's a different beast right now. It's like not great texturally.
It's really
Fix
Italian. Like, you've got far more Italian hair than I do.
Yeah, but you got more hair than I do, so.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I've got like the Vegeta, as I've been calling it.
You got the widow's peak.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
do
I was
too.
explaining it to my my family, I think they misheard me say Vegeta and they thought I said something else. And they're like, wait, what? What are you saying it looks like? I'm like, whatever.
No, don't worry.
Don't worry about it. But I cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, I got the widow's peak too. See? It's common. It's actually common, very common for Italians to have the little widow's peak in the middle.
Little Vegeta.
But
yeah.
Yeah, the little Vegeta.
You're drinking a Pepsi Max for those watching here on YouTube. What are you drinking?
Back on the waters.
Back on the water. Quick tangent. I don't drink soft drinks at all during the day. I usually have a glass with dinner, which I didn't have because I saved myself for this show. But yeah, a quick discussion on Pepsi versus Coke. I don't even know if I discussed this with you specifically yesterday. I know I said this to somebody.
Okay.
Because the venue we were at yesterday does mix with Pepsi, which I'm usually a big no fan of, because if I'm mixing like with an alcohol, much prefer it be a Coke Zero.
Okay.
Yeah, I never mix with normal Coke. It's too sweet. Straight Coke Zero with whatever, right? But if I'm drinking the soft drink solo, I much prefer a Pepsi Max than a Coke Zero.
Okay, yeah, see, this is it. I prefer a Pepsi Max to a Coke Zero, but I prefer a Coke to a Pepsi. That makes sense. I think Pepsi Max has the zero sugar flavor down pat. Mm-hmm. And then the pure cola flavor is in the Coke.
I don't think I've had a normal Coke in probably 10 years.
Oh my God, dude. You got to treat yourself. It's so good.
It's so to me, it's like that's a wasted calorie in my mind.
Nah. Look, I went out to a place called McGregor's on Thursday night. It's a burger place in Abbotsford. Check it out. Cool vintage, like diner style. Had like wood vinyl paneling on the walls. It looked like an old fish and chip shop. And I got, this is, I'm going to show you how much I eat, by the way. I got 2 burgers. I got a double cheeseburger in a meal. So with the fries were beef tallow, which is delicious, and a Coke for the drink, and then I got a onion, like a onion burger, which was like, it's called Oklahoma style onion burger. So it's like the onions in the patty,
Yum.
cooked in. Yeah,
we
delicious.
should check it out. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, it was good, really good. But yeah, the potato bun with the beef tallow fries. And
Beautiful.
the Coke.
Do you remember when we used to go to a place called 8-Bit Burgers?
Oh yeah, 8-Bit still exists.
That's still around.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
man.
the one in Footscray though. Like it used.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It like blew up, and then it did an Icarus. It flew too close to the sun,
Yeah.
and then just all the franchises started closing down. But 8-Bit still exists.
Yeah, I think there was a craze. There was a burger. So I think going back 10 years ago, or more now, there was the burger craze, where I felt like burger shops were everywhere. And then it became like gourmet pizzas. And then it became paninis, where it's like the paninis now, when you go out, there's like paninis everywhere.
Everyone loves a sandwich.
Everyone loves a sandwich. In that same way, everyone loved a burger 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But man, that was... Talk about eating habits. When I was in my metamorphosis back in the day, and my metabolism was just like... There was nothing that could stop me. I would eat, very similar to what you just said, I would get the double burger and add a fried chicken piece to that burger.
Oof.
So this thing was 3 stories high. 2 meats, sandwich between...
And a chicken.
Your usual pickles and cheese and the rest. Large chips. And they used to serve their chips in a tray. So if you remember, right? So it wasn't like a McDonald's chips, a cup or whatever. It was like a tray of chips. And sometimes I would get the loaded fries too and a thick shake.
Yeah, the thick shakes were good.
Yeah. And that's when I would drink Coke. Because I feel like the good thing about normal Coke is it like, because it's all sugary and acidy, it helps like just push everything down. So you can
just
keep eating.
degreases everything. You're like, oh, I just need to wash it down with Coke.
Wash it down with Coke. But man, now it's making me hungry. What'd you have for dinner? What was on the menu tonight?
Oh, we had some chicken coteletti with some corn and a side of mashed potatoes.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we were very healthy tonight. We had steak, pumpkin, broccoli, and a bit of just some oven chips that we had left over. We had a small amount left. We just cooked it up. But it was funny. Good. Yeah, it was a relatively, I think, a fairly healthy meal, actually. But it was funny. We're trying to get Nathan to eat the broccoli. And I don't like broccoli. I don't like broccoli.
You don't like broccoli?
No, I don't like broccoli.
Oh, well, then your son's got no chance. If you can't, like, I saw your face when you actually said broccoli and you just... Yeah,
I like a broccolini.
Yeah, broccolini's good.
Broccolini's great. But the straight broccoli, not a big fan. And for some reason, I don't know, Naomi likes them steamed.
Nah, grill them. Grill them up.
That was the first mistake. And she's like, can you, like, eat it? And I not, hand on heart, wasn't putting on a character, nothing. I started dry reaching in front of Nathan. And she's like, well,
you're
now
really
he's
selling the idea.
Yeah, he's not going to touch it. And he didn't, yeah.
God, you can't start him on broccoli. You got to get him, give him the broccolini first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, he eats broccoli, but it's like usually grated in things. Like Naomi will make this really great like mac and cheese, and she'll grate the broccoli in it, so it masks the whole broccoliness of it all. But he'll eat. I don't know. He's going through a weird like stage at the moment. Where
he's a kid, yeah.
Yeah, he went from eating to like snacking. Even dinner's not a meal. Like he just like snacks.
He grazes. He's a grazer.
He grazes.
He's like he's going in, having a couple bites, going around playing, coming back. Is that what he's doing?
No. We keep him at the table. You can't let him off the table. If he gets off the table, it's done. Dinner's over.
Oh, okay.
So we usually keep him on the table and just monitor him that way. And then if he really cracks it, the food ends up on the floor or Jerry eats it. So Jerry. But yeah, it has been a few weeks since we've technically done the show. So for those keeping track at home, you wouldn't know this because we release our episodes fortnightly, but we had a regularly scheduled episode, and then we did our special episode with For the Players a week after. So it's actually been 3 weeks since we've done the show.
It's been a while since the podcast.
Yeah. So what's been going on, Vinny? Any life updates you want to share here today? Anything you want to touch on before we get into the games we've been playing?
I mean, yeah. So I've had my 1 year anniversary with my partner, so that was really nice. Mm-hmm. So
Sam,
happy anniversary to Sam and I. Yeah.
How do you feel about the word partner?
Partner?
Saying this is my partner.
No. I think I say if I'm introducing her, I'll say this is my girlfriend.
Interesting.
If I'm just saying it in conversation, I'll just say, oh yeah, me and my partner. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm the reverse. Oh no, obviously it's my wife now, but I'm the reverse because back in the day, I think people just assumed maybe I was gay.
Oh.
Right? Because I was, I don't know. I think I just gave off that energy. I'm kind of like, what was it? Neat. I'm not so thin now, but back thin, neat, and happy.
Yeah. Thin, neat, and happy.
that's the tick boxes for
yeah.
If you're gay or not. That's how they decide.
My father's gay.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And so in my mind. And I've got friends who are gay, right? So, and they would always refer to their boyfriend as their partner.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So I always kind of like, usually when someone says their partner, it's like, well, you're not being specific on the gender of the partner, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just to say that there's optionality in what they're saying. There isn't a, if you say your girlfriend, the word "girl's" is in the in the frame. Where partner kind of leaves a little bit open to imagination, right? People just go, oh, partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. But I think because, I don't know, I say maybe partner. Wait, do I say partner? Yeah, I say, it's kind of weird because like my girlfriend, you can obviously see what she looks like. You know what I mean? Like, I should actually do it the other way around. I should say girlfriend when she's not around, and then partner when
That's
she's
what I
around.
do. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes more sense. Maybe I'm just gonna flip my change my brain. But yeah, so me and my girlfriend had our 1 year. We stayed at Crown, went out for dinner, had a couple of drinks, and just had a really good time. It was really nice weekend. Enjoyed it a lot, and then celebrated with a first birthday on the actual day of our anniversary because it was my friend's kid's first birthday. That was really nice. Really good venue, really cool food, really good people. Just nice to see everyone again. With everyone having kids, it's just you just run short on time to see people. But also I picked up the keys to my house today.
Today. Congratulations.
Today, yes. So, and I took a quick scope around in there. See, it's all nice and neat. They've left everything nice and clean. I'm just gonna get to work now. So,
yeah,
me and Sam are my girlfriend, gonna measure up tomorrow. And
you know what's funny?
let's go.
Because her name is Sam too, right?
Yeah.
This is my partner Sam. Like if she's not here, and it's like, oh, my partner Sam, and then
oh yeah, true.
They're going, hold on, is that Samuel or like what are we doing here?
Yeah, true.
Find yourself in a bit of a pickle, Vinny.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go measure up stuff. And, so my first world problem that I was speaking to you before the show was, so I have left something a little bit too late, which is my driver's license has been expired.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like in that 3-month window of the temporary license. Because you need to get a new photo. And I forgot. I paid the bill. I just haven't taken a new photo.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Because I think, isn't the way it works is every 10 years you're required to get a photo, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's been, I think, 10 years since my last photo. Which I don't think I look that different. I think I should definitely just keep the photo. But, hey, we don't allow it. But anyway, I was trying to sign up for electricity. But you need a driver's license number. But guess whose driver's license is expired and the number is invalid. So I really have to get a jump on that one.
Yeah, you're going to need some power. Lucky you're not moving in too soon, but if you're going to do some renovations, you're going to need electricity.
I'm going to need some electricity, yeah.
Yeah, well...
yes. So I'll sort that out.
I'm assuming you're going to go with my employer to get that family friends code.
Oh, yeah, sure. You're going to hook me up?
Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up and then I'll hook you up.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's my life in a nutshell. Yeah, beautiful.
Let me tell you.
All right, let's hear it.
It is so... I saw you yesterday. So loved up. It was so nice to see. It brings me such joy to see you happy. You specifically.
Thank you.
I don't
Me?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Just like... Just... It's so nice to see. Genuinely. I'm not just saying... This isn't a bit. I'm not...
Well, your words were, there was so much sexual tension, is what you said.
Yeah.
That's what Josh is like after
3
wines. He starts pointing out where all the sexual tension is in the room.
Yeah, that's my superpower. I can sense sexual tension.
Yeah. Happens to be on the table that me and my girlfriend were at. So leave that as it is.
You and Sam.
Story. Yep, exactly.
Leave the rest up to your imagination. Samuel, we don't know. But Vinny, 18 minutes in, not a single reference to a video game at this point. But maybe let's touch on what games we've been playing.
Done.
Maybe I'll start, and I'll even though I threw it to you first, but I'll touch on the game that isn't the game we're both playing, and then we can finish on that. So I guess I'll begin. I've jumped back into the Mortal Kombat 1 train because my brother, who is now 18, celebrated his 18th birthday 2 weeks ago, went and saw the movie. My brother-in-law, same thing, they went together. So they both got the game, downloaded the game.
Yep.
And I used to be like better than average, can beat a person who played the game, but definitely nowhere near like competitor level like Mortal Kombat. Yeah. And I heard them talking about it, and I'm like, what if I quickly re-download the game, spend a bit of time just getting back up there.
Get a feel for it.
With Smoke. And I was surprised. I put in like 50 hours in this game. When it
really?
came out. So I probably put in another 5 over the last week or two. Just kind of getting back up to speed because we have family night this Wednesday. And they're both going to be
you're
there.
training.
Yeah, training. And I have to not only win, I need to just smoke them. No pun intended.
Yeah.
That was not planned. Just so there's cred, because I've always been in the family the video game guy, besides my uncle, who I've spoken about a million times. So I need to make sure they know that still. This is a pride thing for me. This is like when people probably play Smash Brothers near you, and you're like, well, I have to just Falcon punch them,
Yeah, pretty much. But this is it, because like Reese is up and coming 18. He's got nothing but time on his hands. He could game as much as he wants. So
and he does.
There is a torch to be taken.
There is, and that is part of the. Yeah. I can't be outdone by the new the new class, the new generation coming through. So will I play down my skill? I always do this. This is like a very annoying thing that I have a habit of doing. So I'll play as a random character and pretend like I'm just trying to get the feel for it, and then
you're gonna hustle them.
Yeah, and then I'll flick it on, and then it'll be like flawless victory, perhaps, maybe depends. I don't know how good they are though. To be fair.
Yeah, true. What if they're training too?
Potentially. So that'll be fun. But anyway, that's an old game that's been out for 2+ years. But let's talk a little bit about Saros. We've both been playing Saros. I've spoken about it a little bit. I think I was maybe an hour or two in when I did speak about it last. I'm now 8.5 hours in. Vinny, you're similar?
Yeah, similar. I'm at the same point as you. I'm probably just worse at the game as you, so I'm probably spent more time on the game.
But talk to me. I haven't heard your experience. Tell me a little bit about your, I guess, experience with the game and maybe Returnal, and if you've played. I can't remember if you had played Returnal at the time. Take it away.
Well, I've never played Returnal, but I am really, and like at that point, I was just like, I knew this game was coming out, so I'm like, do I just skip that whole thing and just jump on this one because it's a spiritual successor from Housemarque? And I'll tell you this right now. I am nothing without auto lock. I am nothing without aim assist. I am nothing without that in the game. So as I was playing this game and I was doing a couple runs, I was just thinking to myself, I could never in my life play like a hero shooter ever again because I'm just not good. Like I have a few of my friends playing Deadlock right now, and like which is essentially like a MOBA, like almost like Team Fortress 2, Overwatch kind of vibes. That's what they're playing right now. They're kind of obsessed with it. And I was like as I'm playing Saros, I'm like, man, I could not play a hero shooter to save my life because I'm not good. But the gameplay I find to be very, very fun. Really, really solid. Like you're feeling accomplished by going through a run, upgrading your system, dying. Like it makes it's the same thing I enjoyed with Hades, where it makes dying worth it. But at the same time, like I am not really like clicking with the story. It's kind of like, I think it's that point where it's so. Oh yeah, I think it's at that point where it's so. What's it called? It's trying to be really, really vague and mysterious. I'm kind of just not even doing having a grip on it. To be honest, but the gameplay is quite fun. Like the gameplay loop, getting a new gun, unlocking a new gun. That new one that just comes in that.
The saw gun?
That has. Yeah.
Yeah. That screwed my
Don't
run.
like it.
No.
It screwed my run.
Yeah. I that is like one of my pet peeves where it's like, because I'm a straight machine gun guy. I think
the assault rifle.
The assault rifle. And it's like you get to this, points in the story where you have to unlock the new gun, and it's like, just so it is available in the RNG of the game. I'm like, damn, you just ruined my run, man.
Yeah, or when you're having a really good run and then you have to go back to passage. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I thought I could go to the end.
Yeah. I don't mind that because that's usually like, I'm like, oh, good, I've at least gotten to a checkpoint, right? Like, I know I don't have to start back. But it's interesting to hear you talk about it as someone who hasn't played Returnal, because there is some, like, obviously similarities in the gameplay. But Saros has a more direct story than Returnal ever did, which is funny to hear you say how it's kind of like vague, because it is vague, but it's far less vague than Returnal. Like, Returnal's very much like, by the end
like
of it,
Elder Rings.
yeah, you still don't quite understand it, and it's really about a story of like, you know, a mother who loses their child, who like gets into a car crash and was unable to spoilers for Returnal, and kind of the grief process taking place, right? That's it, and you know, the idea is like, is this all in her head? And you don't really know even until when you finish it, and then you have to unlock the true ending, where this is very much kind of like very much set up, right? You know, this planet gets discovered. There's this material that they're trying to mine. There's these groups going in, echelon 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get sent in as the kind of like the final bastion to find what happened to all the other groups, and you know, save who you can and get out of there. So it's got a more direct story. There's NPCs, where Returnal you're on your own the entire game, where this one's got a cast of characters, but it still very much has that whole like. Yeah, that non-linearity storytelling where there's an overarching plot that is somewhat graspable, but then there's like the whole what's going on in this planet that is still kind of being pieced together, and then there's like this backstory piece that's happening at the same time. But it's definitely not a story game in the same, like, it's not like another first party like Uncharted type or Last of Us level story.
But as someone who enjoys a roguelike game, I quite enjoy it. I think I actually enjoy the little 3D platforming aspect of it here and there. It was kind of giving me, like, it was making me excited for a good 3D platformer after this, you know. But, and it's given the little hint of not only 3D platform, the Metroidvania aspect of, you know, you unlock the hook shot, so you can do that. You can unlock the punch, the barrier breaking to go to another area. From what I can see, in the Eclipse Rail, or what it's called.
Yep.
So so it allows you to traverse back to other areas and get unexplored paths. I think there's even side gates where you can actually go and take an alternate path at some points as well. But I'm enjoying all that part. I think what I'm going to get next in that game, though, from what I can see in the game, it looks like there's a stronger barrier punch and maybe a double jump. But that's just speculation for me.
Okay, yeah.
Just from seeing of like what I was looking at. I have no spoilers of this game. I've gone in completely dark. I just heard, other than the fact that you know, us and for the players were discussing it in our last week's podcast. But for now, I'm really enjoying it. I didn't think I would enjoy it this much, but yeah, I quite like Saros.
Yeah, me too. I think like I was a big fan of Returnal when it came out. I think it was between that and Metroid Dread were my game of the year. And I think we spoke about on the last show the fact that it's like there's an online discourse around this game saying like, has Housemarque made the game too easy, right? Because Returnal is very much like every run you start from the beginning and you run between biome and biome, and that's like the gameplay loop. There is no upgrade tree, really. You can upgrade your guns, but there isn't like upgrade your health, upgrade this. There's none of that. And people love Returnal for that. And I, for what it's worth, really enjoyed Returnal, but I had to really give it my all to like be consumed by that game. And if Returnal was coming out now in the situation that I'm in, like I don't know if I would enjoy it as much, because it's like you really have to commit, right? So the changes that have been made to Saros, I think I like all of them, right? I think I much prefer the fact that you've got this base area that you return to, that you don't need to begin each run at the first starting biome and work your way up. You can do that if you want to and get really powerful and just do like one big long run up to a point. But the game rewards you from like just kind of progressing. So you always feel like you are progressing, because it's like, oh, I've unlocked a new shortcut. So I've kind of like moved things forward. Or I had a really bad run, but I've got this upgrade materials. I'm going to upgrade my character and make him stronger for the next run. Things like that. The only thing that's probably really in the player's face that I haven't engaged with too much is the modifier system. I think I've reduced damage to myself, but I haven't used any like offensive modifiers. I've just kept it like traditional. So I guess you could break the game that way, right? You can make it so it's like, don't get a lot of damage, plus I do a lot of damage. And then the counterweight system that they have to that is like not balanced in the sense where you get a lot more benefit than what you're, putting as a detractor. Because it's like things like you drop less loot, you pick up less resources, or Every time you enter a new biome, one of the artifacts won't be there. But in terms of, weighing that up against doing heaps of damage and not taking a lot of damage is somewhat broken. But I don't mind it being there in the sense that
it's there if you want to use it.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, again, the discourse there online, it's like, well, what do you really want here? Because you don't get triple A roguelite or like games in the sense that they're not big sellers, and this game isn't a big seller. And if it was as hardcore as Returnal was and is, it's kind of like, well, how many of you finished Returnal? Versus the people that probably will finish Saros. So I think it's quite kind of the people on both sides of the camp. I think I like Returnal. I think because it was new and fresh, and Saros is very much a continuation of it. Returnal was very much like the first time you play it. It was one of those first PS5 exclusives that pushed the graphical, prowess of the machine at the time. Was new and unique. People seem to like it more, but I do think Saros is a much more refined game. I like the addition of the shield and absorbing certain colors of damage and sending that back. I like the parry system that's there. The movement and traversals all pretty similar to Returnal, and I think that's pretty consistent. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's up there. It's definitely not my game of the year so far. I think Pragmata still has that title. But I think the game's a good, solid, like 8.5 out of 10. Like, I think it's a great,
great game. Yeah. And actually, another thing is, like, I don't use that shield enough, man. I just feel like it's on
just dodge.
I feel like it's just just dodge. I really got to use that shield more. But it was funny. I think it was only up until, because I'm one of those people who would kind of just not really read the instructions and just figure it out along the way. I didn't realize that releasing your charge move, or like your explosive move,
L2?
whatever it's called.
Yep.
Yeah.
The L3, R3 one?
No, not the overdrive. The L2.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, relieves all that corrupted integrity.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like thinking, I'm like, man, why not fucking healing? And I was just kept going. I kept dying to one boss, and I was like, oh my god. And then I noticed it. I was like, I was like, so I just start spamming that, and then I was actually able to heal with the ether. It's like, that makes sense now. I'm like, okay, cool. So shielding is still beneficial. So I was like, why is it doing that if I'm not being able to actually heal from it?
Yeah, and it also does decent damage too. Well, it does really good damage, yeah.
Yeah, it does really good damage, yeah, especially with the shotgun one.
Yeah.
Pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
So it's a really good, like, just gameplay-led game.
Yeah, exactly. Gameplay-led game. And someone who likes a good roguelike or roguelite game, I'm enjoying it for what it is. The gameplay loop is very good. Yeah. I just have never played it with a pure shooter before, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Housemarque are a really good team. I mean, I've been fans of theirs since maybe Resogun, which was a PS4 launch title. And they've gone back as far as PS3. Like, they were doing Super Stardust HD, which were like PSN games. So yeah, I think they're a great team, but it's interesting to see the game's receptions, whilst being very positive, the game's not selling extremely well, which isn't a big surprise. So, he's hoping in the modern world they can survive.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you wanted to talk about Saros there, or are we happy to leave it?
No, happy to move on to the next one.
Moving on. All right. Well, I thought what we would do here is maybe go through. Actually, yes. Let's do that first, and then we'll go to Perfect Parry. Let's kind of go through. So we're in E3, or what was previously E3 season. We're in Video Game Showcase season. We've got Summer Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase, and the PlayStation State of Play all happening over the month of June. For the first time in a real time, really feeling like all three are lining up in a very E3 type fashion. Not in terms of timing, because typically Sony go last, but Sony's actually opening with State of Play, a 60-minute State of Play, which is something that is not very common. They forecasted it 2 weeks in advance, which is also very non-common. It's usually like, hey, State of Play is coming back, and it's on Thursday, and you've got 3 days to prepare for it. Apparently, there's in the US, there's cinemas showing the event. Sony's invited some media to watch it.
Big.
So it's giving me like this could be a pretty good state of play. I think if you remember, February's one was fantastic. That was a really good show where we got a lot of good announcements. So yeah, we've got State of Play, Summer Games Fest, and then the Xbox June showcase all happening. But I thought, predictions are always kind of weird in modern gaming because like games take so long to make. So it's usually all these new announcements from new teams that you can't really predict. So I thought what we'd do across the whole gambit of the showcase is kind of talk through maybe some wish list predictions or like things you would love to see. And even if it's like, I want a new IP from this team, that's fine too. Or if it's a returning franchise, whatever. Just interested to hear, like, well, if you could ask for 3 things, what would those 3 things be, essentially?
Okay, cool. Done. All right. Do you want me to start off strong?
Yeah, we'll go back and forth like a snake, Vinny, 1 and 1.
All right. Yeah, we'll snake it. All right. So, Sony leading the way. It's been X amount of years since this game came out. Mm-hmm. It's just been X amount of years since we've heard anything about this new game coming out, and that new game would be Kingdom Hearts 4. I will take anything at this point. We've received nothing. We have had a screenshot that was like a year ago, and before that was a trailer from 3 years ago. Like it's been, at one point it was 1,000 days before that screenshot came out, and it's been 300 days since that screenshot. We're going on 1,300 days of nothing about this game. Yeah. Give me Kingdom Hearts 4, man. Give me something.
What did I see? I don't know. It was on Twitter. I saw, is it John Woods, the voice of Hades?
Oh, James Wood.
John Wood. He was saying that he just had filmed or finished recording some Hades dialogue. So
he's like
maybe
NDA stuff. Yeah.
Maybe things are happening.
Denied that it was Kingdom Hearts.
Where do you think it's happening? If it's happening, where do you think it would happen?
Oh, look, if I had to guess, I'd say the Sony State of Play. Mm-hmm. But if I was going to give myself anything in the year, if it's not going to happen this time, maybe at TGS later in September, October time. That's what I think more probable, but I want anything. The only thing I could say that it could be Kingdom Hearts related is that it looks like they might be it's more for Summer Games Fest, but it looks like all the cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch have been decommissioned or like delisted.
Oh, God,
so they might be going to a physical release on the Switch too, maybe.
So no Kingdom Hearts 4, you're just going to get Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 and the others.
Again. This franchise is my Skyrim, people. This is I will buy it another time on another console and play it through. Yeah. What about you? What do you got?
Kingdom Hearts would be fantastic. I've got a feeling though, isn't there some sort of like Disney event that they do every year?
Oh, D365 or something like that?
Yeah, that. Would it show up there? Like, does Disney get first rights, or can it appear?
No, I don't even know if Disney cares.
They seem to care in some ways, like in terms of like, well, we can't have our villains being, attacked.
Villains.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, if that was to happen, well, sticking to Square Enix, then I'll go through the obvious one for me. Anything Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. And I feel like the time is right. The timing seems right. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 was 2024, right? Yeah. February 2024. Sounds right in my mind.
And the other one was 2020.
2020. Yeah. So we could get a tease announcement for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Whether that shows up at Sony State of Play or maybe Summer Games Fest, I don't know. Particularly now that they seem to be going more multi-platform, but that isn't to say Sony still has like marketing rights to announce it potentially. I think if you remember correctly, the big blowout of Rebirth was done at Summer Games Fest. But I feel like the time's right. I think we either, if it isn't happening now, I think it will definitely happen this year, and it'll be Game Awards, but I just feel Square Enix have been very oddly quiet. And I'd be super hopeful, even if it's just an early, teaser. I mean, it's not super early, but like a game reveal of Rebirth, or Remake Part 3, sorry. Returns, as some people are hypothesizing. Yeah, that would be my first one. Very obvious, but yeah.
But obvious but good. I think it's I'd be keen for it. Like I played the first two, and to close the chapter out, especially the way Intergrade ends, it's like I'm just very keen to play the next one as well. But yeah, shall I go to my second?
What's next? What's number 2?
So this is where I think it could be. My theory is there's actually a lot of more this franchise is in more the limelight now than ever, because the second series of the show just got released on Netflix. But that's a new Devil May Cry game. I think Devil May Cry 6, if they're gonna do it, it should happen. It should be announced this year at any one of these. I think it'd be fine, because Capcom have been doing so well lately. Devil May Cry 5 came out in 2019, I think. Yeah. It was, which is, going back 7 years. Crazy. I think it's overdue for another one. And then with the revival of the Netflix show and having different, having that avenue in there as well, people are getting more familiar with the characters. I think it'd be good to actually have a new Devil May Cry game at least be announced.
Yeah.
Or teased this.
Do you think we get 6 or we get a remake?
They already tried the remake.
Did they?
They tried Devil May Cry. Do you not remember that game that came out?
That was a reboot. Yeah, the DMC, the Ninja Theory one. Yeah. I actually, to be honest, didn't.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
That game gets a lot of hate, but I actually thought it was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It just wasn't like traditional Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And he smoked. And had black hair. But do you think we don't get a remake of the first game? I mean, they are very old, and Capcom are, masters of the remake.
You know what? I could do that. I could see a 1, 2, 3 getting remade for sure. I reckon that'd be sweet. Because I was watching those cutscenes for the first one, and boy.
And I think you could probably go a bit further than like a 1-to-1 remake. I think you could Resident Evil 4 it, where it's like still very much the game, but like, because the first game is very light on, like even story across, and the second's obviously notorious for other reasons. But I think you could do some like remake, but yet new content, but keep it very faithful to those those older games. And especially with the Netflix series being that younger Dante, I think like I'd be down for it, because I missed the whole Devil May Cry train. I like the concept of it, like I like the whole Demon Hunter piece, but it was always the tone, and I wasn't a big like rock guy, and that game's obviously very predicated on like that rock culture, and Dante's a bit of a like douchebag, which is fine. But I just feel like I would prefer a remake.
I think it's like a little bit campy, a little bit cheesy, which is something I enjoy. Like the music is quite cool. Like, it's for the metalheads. But yeah, I could definitely see them they got to do something with that franchise. Otherwise, that's just sitting there. Other than the Netflix show, it's just collecting dust for something that has a very popular IP where the characters are featured in other games, like Marvel's Capcom. Like the characters are well known enough to spawn off and be like into other franchises and splice into other games, where it's like that sounds like a pretty successful IP to me that they should utilize.
Oh, definitely. Do you remember PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale had the Ninja Theory Dante in it as a character?
Oh, did it? I did not.
Yep. There's your fun fact.
That is my fun fact.
Yeah. I'd be happy to see Devil May Cry come back anything. Be interesting to see if it's 1 or 6. Keep an eye out. In the vein of returning franchises, we saw Castlevania Balmont's Curse announced at February's State of Play. There is rumors of a second Castlevania game in development. I don't know if we would get these things announced at the same time, like having two Castlevania games out at the same time. But I think you could get away with it if they're very distinctly different. I would love a AAA Castlevania game. That is my hope. Who's developing it? Whether it is Konami themselves or they leverage a second party, I haven't really put too much thought into. I mean, if you cast your minds back to the last big AAA effort, Lords of Shadow, that was Mercury Steam who did Metroid Dread, funny enough. So I don't think it'd be them, but I could see another like kind of third party team tackle Castlevania. But I just man, there's not enough vampire games in general. Blood of Dawnwalker's coming out, which is great. But, like, I would love a AAA return to Castlevania. So it is my hope we see Castlevania again in AAA fashion. So that is my hope. I don't think it would appear at Summer Games Fest because Konami and Jeff don't seem to... I think Jeff has let them kind of recover since losing Kojima. But this is pie in the sky. I would love to see, Castlevania come back.
So that was how long ago since Lords of Shadow 2? What was that?
Lords of Shadow 2 was...
What, 2015? 2013?
No, I think it was like 2013. Yeah. It was on PS3. Yeah. I think it was on the tail end of PS3's life cycle. So maybe 2013?
Yeah. Goddamn.
Is that what it is? Are you checking that?
I'm going to Google it right now for you.
Big fan of the first one. Lords of Shadow 1 was really great. One of the greatest video game endings of all time is in that game. I loved it. That last... Oh, so good. That twist.
2014.
2014. Right.
Early 2014. So
Yeah.
And then Lords of Shadow 1 was 2010. So...
Yep. What a year.
Goddamn,
Lords of Shadow 1. Darksiders 1 was 2010. Good times. Bayonetta, 2010.
Yeah. It's a vampire-ish, demonish game, you know?
Yeah. So, Vinny, what about you? What's your last one?
Oh, this one's a stretch. Just thought I'd throw it in there because I figured it's a very... If they're not doing anything with Spyro, they're not doing anything with Crash, not doing anything with Knack, not doing anything with Sly, not doing anything with Jak and Daxter, at least give me Ratchet and Clank. Give me another one. So for me, Rift Apart was the reason I bought a PS5. That was the game that made me pull the trigger on it because it's a franchise that's very dear to my heart. Playing the trilogy, oh god, the PS2 generation of Ratchet and Clank games were probably some of my favorite 3D platformers.
Yeah,
and
I love the third one. Third one and Crack in Time. We're like,
see, for me, it's like Up Your Arsenal, which is the third one, and then Rift Apart I really enjoyed too. I thought it was fantastic.
That was good.
And
anything with Nefertari, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, all of them. Except for I didn't really like the PS4 reboot one, the one that was tandem to the movie. But honestly, it's still too. Yeah, and honestly, still a fantastic game. Like for what it was, they have a solid formula for the games.
Yeah.
But I understand that putting a game out every 2 years would make it stale and, halt the franchise. They did it with Assassin's Creed. They do, you can have too much of a good thing. But with Rift Apart coming out in 2020, I think it was, or
I think it was a near launch title. It's either 2020 or early 2021.
Yeah,
it was. Because it wasn't a launch title, but it was a launch window title. No. So
it was Rift Apart. Let's give it a quick look.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Or was it?
No, it wasn't in the 11th of June 2021.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah.
So very early of the life cycle, but you could smash it. If Housemarque can do 2 PS5 games, which is unheard of in this generation, I think having another Ratchet and Clank game could definitely happen.
Insomniac are, they got multiple teams and rumors of a Venom game. We obviously have Wolverine coming out this year. We shall see.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
All right, last one.
What's your last one?
I think it's time we see a return to the Tales of games. Tales of Arise was 2021. It's funny how a lot of the games we're talking about are 2021. And I think it's time. I think it's time we see what's next from that team. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Big fan of Tales of Arise. Went on a little too long, but love the gameplay loop. And ready for a new one. That I can see being a Summer Games Fest announcement.
Yeah, the Tales games very much are anyone who takes them kind of thing, but they're always good. And Tales right now are doing a lot of the remasters.
Yeah, the anniversary.
The last one's like Zestra or something
I haven't played any of the older ones. I've only played Arise, and I really liked it. I just haven't had a chance to even go back.
Really?
Yeah.
You never even played the infamous Tales from Symphonia.
No.
I feel like that's the game in the Western world that put Tales on the map.
Okay.
And that was a GameCube game. And then a PS3 HD
Beta as well?
with 1 and 2.
Yeah, maybe.
But I liked Tales of Symphonia, which was one of my first ones I played, which was a GameCube game, and then Tales of Vesperia, which was a 360 game. Two fantastic ones, and Arise I've heard is great. Heard nothing but good things. Haven't picked it up yet, though.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. By the time we record next, I think we'll be very much up and around the time of the state of play. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've actually got the days off leading into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which will be Wednesday's the state of play, and then Saturday is Summer Games Fest. So I've actually got time off work. I was like, you know what? I've been working hard. Time to take a bit of time off.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
All right. Let's move on. Perfect Parry. So this is our segment. It's no longer a new segment at this point, but it's a segment where we predict the Metacritic scores of upcoming games. For those who haven't, Vinny, bring it up on the screen in post. The simple explanation of the way it works, we're going to predict and guess the Metacritic score of a upcoming release. If you get the score, if you correctly predict the Metacritic score, 10 points, and then on either side of that, up or down, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1. Now, we've done Crimson Desert, Pragmata, Saros, and the last game that we were predicting was Lego Batman, which has released. Now, Vinny accurately predicted the 84 Metacritic score. Bravo, you did it. We spoke about this was like all it was. We were one correct prediction
away from swinging the vote.
And away from swinging the vote. So correctly predicted 84, 10 points, Vinny. So that brings you up to 15 points in total. I had predicted an 86. I was going high. Yeah, I just thought, you know what, this would be the one to kind of break the mold and be even higher than any of the higher Batman games, but maybe there is a ceiling with Lego games, right? So I predicted an 86, so I got 3 points there. So Vinny, ahead of the game, 15 points. Me, I'm trailing behind by 3. 4 at 11. So 15 and 11. How you feel? Feel good?
I feel good. I feel like I can take the reins on this one now.
Yeah. So you're up first. The next game, which will actually be out by the time we record next, so we'll know who's ahead of the points at that point in time. And that is 007 First Light, releasing for PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC on May 27th. So reviews will probably be coming out tonight, if not tomorrow.
Wow.
So we're very hot on the heels of 007. But Vinny, you're up first. Tell me, where's your mind at?
Oof. Okay, if it takes the best parts of everything I think it's going to be, which it's going to be a little bit of Hitman, it's going to be a little bit of Uncharted, it's going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I reckon we're going to be looking at... Oh, and it's also a very successful, movie and somewhat video game franchise, if you say the 007. I reckon it's going to hit the mid-80s. I'm going to guess an 86 this time. I reckon it's going to get there. I think it's... I don't know, something about it. It's giving me the Uncharted vibes. I think it's what people are going to really want to play right now. Like linear story, but not too long, not too short.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 86. That's what I think.
That's a very good prediction, Vinny. Very good. I'm torn. I think it'll definitely be in the 80s, Now, very similar. It's like it can go a few different ways. I can see this game being.
I could see it being higher.
Yeah, I'm torn because the IO kind of gameplay formula they've kind of perfected in Hitman is very highly rated, but the storytelling has never been highly rated, right? I think people enjoy the story, it's serviceable, but being 007, there's obviously a heavier emphasis on that. So they have to build for that, but also make sure it doesn't lose the gameplay depth that was there with Hitman. The game also has the opening set in Malta, which I'm, my origins. So that's also very exciting. I think I'm there with you. So now it really comes down to strategy.
Do you go one higher or one lower?
Do I go one higher or one lower? I'm going to go 85.
Wow.
I actually think 86 is the correct number. But
I thought you were going 87, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could easily, not easily, it's not an easy thing to do. Now you got me second guessing myself. I will do, having a look at some of IO's previous games and their reviews. 80s is definitely where it's looking. I actually think 86 is going to be the answer. I'll stick to what I said before. I'll go 85. It'd be unfair of me to change that. But I think you might be on it. So,
oof.
We'll see.
Could take a big point lead.
You could. Be interesting. I think we'll do a game that maybe isn't so highly anticipated. It'd be interesting to predict on the lower end of the scale too. So I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, true.
When we do that. So yeah, Vinny, 86, Josh, me, 85. I'm just going to put that in so we don't forget. All right, let's move on to our main topic of discussion as the dementia does settle in here. And that is to talk about getting older and are we getting too old to game and what are we doing? What are we doing playing video games?
What kind of lives are these?
We're not men.
No,
this kind of conversation sparked in me as I was playing Saros and was formulating my opinions in the game. And I kind of spoke about it before about if Returnal came out now, based on the way my life is, I don't know if I'd even finish the game, let alone like it. And it just got me thinking about how my gaming habits have changed, particularly as I've entered in my 30s, but then also with my personal situation of the two boys. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about, like, Vinny, like, obviously you don't have children, but you are a full-time worker. You've got a career. You're a careers man. You've got a girlfriend now. You've had girlfriends in the past, but you're a bit older than you were previously, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I have responsibilities.
Changed? Yeah, you've got responsibilities now, right? You're a homeowner.
Yes.
Have your gaming habits really changed, particularly as you've entered in your 30s?
Oh, okay. I'll say coming in my 30s, yes, they've changed, but I'll say from about 32 onwards, they've changed more because 31 onwards, because 30s was lockdown and COVID, and I played nothing but video games.
Yeah.
So we'll scratch that.
Good times.
Yeah, good. Honestly.
Great times.
Yep. Yeah, glorifying COVID, yes, I will, because goddamn, those work from home days were good. But my gaming has, it comes ebbs and flows. Sometimes I'll get really into a game and it will be nothing I do, everything I do for a month if I can, but then I obviously forfeit and sacrifice my other responsibilities that I have. However, now when I'm trying to find that good balance to spend time with my partner, girlfriend, whatever you say, spend time with my girlfriend while trying to be, active and have my other hobbies that aren't gaming related, like this podcast, and just spend time with family and friends. Like, I find like the amount of games I get to play has dipped a lot. Like, definitely cut off. No, don't play nowhere near as much as I used to. However, I really cherish the moments that I do have when I'm able to sneak in a quick 15, 20 hour gameplay. I really enjoy that. What I've found more recently, or I guess in the last year or so since actually starting this podcast with you, is I've been playing games a lot more frequently now, which I really enjoy. But consistently without being oversaturated. So I think I've found that really nice balance.
Yeah.
And trying to incorporate things in a multiplayer aspect where I play with my friends, my girlfriend, whether or not just having someone there to be more of a community based thing. I've fallen out with gaming a little bit in the past. You know, when I was playing a lot of basketball, seeing a lot of friends, dating a lot, and gaming just seemed to be something that fell by the wayside because I just felt like I didn't have time for it. But then I felt like the only time I really enjoyed playing games was with friends, so then I would only play multiplayer games. So now I'm in that good balance of playing a little bit of mix, a little bit of multiplayer, a little bit of first party, and trying to only do it when I have nothing else to do, if that makes sense. Trying to squeeze gaming in between the things that are a necessity, and then this is like an accessory to life. So, as much as I do love gaming, do I think I'm nowhere near as active as playing it in my teens and in my 20s because the free time that we spoke about with you and your brother. But yeah, my habits have definitely changed, and you know what? They'll continue to change because if and when I eventually have kids or do something else in my career, then I'll have less and less time. But I will enjoy that point with them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you speaking about when Nathan had the controller and playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. You're like, that's probably going to be a little bit of your future, playing a lot of 2-player games where you're doing that and then having very little games for like the first party enjoyment. And I can see myself doing that too.
I'll force them, don't worry. Sit here and play Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah. You will do it and you will like it.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's definitely changed a lot. Particularly for me. So I'm very fortunate, I guess, that I don't have too many hobbies. So even in the world where I'm definitely playing less than I did than in my 20s, definitely, I still am able to mostly keep up with the games I want to play. So I tend to find myself kind of playing and finishing a game, like one big game a month, and then maybe there's a smaller thing that I'm like mixing in there. Like this month will be Saros, and I've got Mina the Hollower loaded up, ready to go. And then I've got 007 coming out on the 27th. So I'm actually behind. But I typically kind of like rotate a game every...
Yeah.
I probably buy 2 full price big AAA games a month, but I'll finish one. So I've kind of got like the next one loaded up. So like I had Saros ready when Pragnata was nearly finished. Put that down, go straight into the next one. So I'm keeping up, but I'm definitely not playing as much as I would have done in my 20s. And I think if I also had other hobbies, I would definitely not be able to keep up. But because really my downtime is playing games, I'm not into sport really. I'm not, into movies or anything. I don't watch any TV shows. I'm a social person. So there is that, and weekends and stuff with family and friends, and obviously the kids as well. But because I don't have those other things, there's not a TV show I'm watching, these movies, these books, whatever, the little time that I have is all dedicated to this very specific thing. So I can actually like work my way through things at a pace, right? Definitely not the pace that it was. But it has changed significantly since having Jordan specifically. Because with the first one, obviously when they're a newborn, they're asleep a lot. And they're just up, feeding, sleep. So you can work around it. And then they grow up a little bit and they're doing their day naps. But now when you've got 2, you're outnumbered. So whilst Naomi might be feeding Jordan or something, Nathan wants to play. And Nathan doesn't nap during the day anymore. So we're like forever going. Like we give each other, it's ridiculous, an hour a day on the weekends to ourselves. An hour. 1 hour Saturday, and maybe if we're lucky another hour on Sunday.
Wow.
So really the time for gaming is during the week after about 7:30, 8 o'clock by the time the boys go to bed. And that's if Jordan goes straight to bed. Because obviously, Nathan's got a schedule. He will go, pajamas, brush your teeth, do this, do that, go to bed. With Jordan, it's like, well, if he's not in the mood or cracks the shits or wants a bottle or whatever, you can't force a 4-month-old to just go to sleep, right? So
yeah.
there's all that. There's obviously the exhaustion where it's like, I'm not in the mood. Like, particularly with Saros, I'm finding myself like, do I really want to beat my head against the wall right now?
Yeah.
Not always. So I appreciate that game being a little bit easier than Returnal. It's a positive to me. So there is a balance. But then if something really comes out... But that's the thing. Like, I think if a game came out... Like, if an Uncharted came out, I would probably take time off work to just do that. Because it's like, that is such a moment for me. So I am finding my way through it all. I am somewhat keeping up. But I'm definitely, like, down to maybe... 7 days in a week. There's probably, out of the 5 working days, I'm probably playing 2 nights, maybe 3 on a good week. So there's probably, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2, 4. Yeah, maybe 4, 5, 6 hours during a working week and maybe 1 night on the weekend. So I might be getting like 7, 8 hours of gaming a week, which is probably like definitely better than the average person. Or higher than the average person, but that's all I have as my hobby. And then it's like balanced with the fact that I, outside of playing games, I'm consuming a lot of games media. Not so much listening. Don't listen to many podcasts. I've spoken about that in the past, but it's really about watching and learning and reading and things like that. So it has definitely changed. I think I'm very much in that lower peak of time and energy part of my life. But I think as the boys get older and, they start, being interested in that stuff as well, my habits will change, but they'll be involved in it. But then there's also counterbalanced of, they might be into a sport, or I'm assuming with my wife's football fanatics, that with her family, that they'll be playing football, for instance, and then, I'll be taking them to sporting things and things like that. So it's going to change.
You have your portal here. I'll just be like...
Yeah, be on the PlayStation Portable. Shh. Ooh. Knocking over the mic, getting a little excited about the PlayStation Portable. So it has definitely changed plenty. Whether do I think I'll be playing video games in 20 years? I think so. But yeah, it's just interesting to see how it shifts. Because there is nights where I'm like, I don't even have the mental capacity to pick up a controller and like do this. You know what I mean?
It's hard, and that's the best part of having like different games, different strokes for different folks, different games for different genre. Like I'm not like if you don't feel the capacity to play Saros, you could play like an Animal Crossing type of game, like a nice slice of life, happy game. But there are also games where I feel like I don't know if I have another. I keep saying it, but I keep playing them. I don't know if I have another JRPG in me because it's like Dragon Quest was a slugfest to get through for me. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of hours used. There was like 45, 46 hours. I'm like, quality of life from the time and resources I had to actually play it, didn't enjoy it for what it was. For me, it was a good game. I can understand that. The remake was well done. Very good, nice quality of life improvements in that game. But I think an old school style JRPG is not in my... I don't see that style in my future of games that I'm willing to sink time into.
Yeah. 30 hours max for a really good game. But I'm happy, like, Pragmata, 12 hours, perfect.
Yeah.
Saros is probably going to be around maybe 12, 15 hours. We'll see. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I think 15 hours is a sweet spot. But then also there are times where I'll do multiple runs of a game like Hades, and I've put... Hades 2 came out, and I put more than 150 hours into that game already. Even with the new update that's coming out that is just released, I'll pick that up again for a little bit after I play something else. But the games where you can sink about 20 minutes in, 25, 30 minutes in, and play a decent chunk of the game or do what you need to do, I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
So mission-focused games, like when Wolverine comes out, that's going to be it's going to be apparently a lot more linear than a non-open world, which fantastic. More my style of game that they're going into now. Like Crimson Desert.
I was just about to bring that up. Like, that is like the antithesis of what I want right now. Like, I just 200 hours. Like, oh my god.
I have a friend at work who's about 400 hours into that game and he still hasn't beaten it. And I'm like, that is too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But great value for money. And I could see someone where if they're 18, if they're in their teens or in their early 20s, or or if their lifestyle in their 30s or 40s or 50s can support that, go for it. It's your hobby. Enjoy it. Like, there's no kudos to you. You found that balance.
I think I actually, I think it was when I went on For the Players. I think that was my kind of analysis of the game. It's like, if this game came out when I was in high school, and this was the one game I had and didn't have a job or whatever, like, man, perfect. Like, I would spend a lifetime in it. But it's just not the case now. So, yeah. I mean, I think 30 hours for me, if it's like an open world game, 30 hours is perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like that, by modern standards, that's kind of like a short open world game. And then if it's like a linear experience, I'm happy for the game being like 15 hours, 20 hours. Like, that's perfect. If it's priced, if it's worth the price.
Yeah, Pragmata being a $70, $80 game, I'm fine with that being a 9-10 hour game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas,
as long as it's dense, I'd rather a dense game than a big game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I don't appropriately dense. Like, Crimson Desert, too big and too dense. But, that's a very
I don't need the Assassin's Creed's padding of, or, you know, the Ubisoft padding in every single game, just because bigger isn't always better when it comes to gaming. Or, like, you know,
and there's a lot of games, too much choice. Like, yeah.
But, yeah, but that being said, Claire Obscure, that game was like, how many hours I put into that game, but that was a good RPG to play.
That was so good. Yeah, I was actually thinking about it. They're releasing an Android of, oh my gosh, what's the character's name? Esque.
Verso?
No, Vesque.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I did spend 400 Australian dollars on the collector's edition to get that over from France or whatever. So maybe I don't need that specifically.
Maybe you do.
Maybe. But yeah, like the right game, that's like the game where it's like, you know, or an example of a game where it's like I'd make time to play it. But it's funny, like, as I've, not only with the kids, but as I've gotten into my 30s and I think my career has progressed to a point where it's like, not too long ago, I could duck out for half a day and probably be okay. I'm a little bit more like, don't have that now. And even like a day like today, very honestly, where I had only like an hour and a bit window of time free. During that time, Naomi did the food shopping, so I was home with Nathan, right? So it's like I don't have the, I'll just duck out and turn the PS5 on for a bit, or, you know.
Your hour free was your lunch break. That's what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing what most people do, where I'm just there.
Yeah.
Just So yeah, it's definitely going to continue to change, and I mean, this is one reason why we do this show as well. It's kind of like an outlet for some of that stuff. It's a dedicated time that we come together and talk about these things. So yeah. Which I really appreciate. It's kind of really reintroduced my love for gaming. Like, I wasn't playing many new gaming titles, but I played more than I have since starting this podcast than I have the year prior. Yeah.
Because just talking about it, like, amps me up. Like, I really enjoy. I played, like, let's see, like, in terms of like new releases for me, I played way more new releases than I have in previous years, which is good. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrap her up?
That's it. Yeah, I guess my little joke about the PlayStation Portable, but is that where you think our ability to steal a little bit more extra time comes into place? Because I guess I don't have a game right now that I'm playing that isn't handheld, but I could see, you know, if the Switch 2 version of 007 reviews well, I could pick that up. Like, Pragmata seems like something I could probably pick up on the Switch 2 as well.
Yeah.
Because the portability and the freedom to just kind of pick up and play for a little bit, put it to sleep, and then carry on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's going to be the avenue? Because people are talking about more as it's probably a bigger story for a big talk for another day. But personally, as much as I love playing on the big screen and playing on my computer, actually not so much the computer. As much as I love playing on the big screen, having this in my hand as I'm like next to my girlfriend or kind of like winding down or have a little bit of time to kill, I think is valuable. And you're seeing people these days who are really preferring accessibility to graphics and power.
Yeah. I mean, I think even if you think about the PlayStation Portal, I think Sony even said that people who own a Portal are playing more games than they did before they had it. So, like, for me, my preference is still to play in front of it. The problem with me is for a handheld gamer, I play inside the house. So at that point, I might as well be on the TV. But maybe there is a world, maybe when I've got the boys a bit older and they're on the using the TV and I'm in the room, maybe that's when it would start coming into effect. So potentially by the time PS6 comes out, I'll probably have more of a need for one. But even with the Vita, as much as I loved it, I would much prefer if those games were just on the console. And I've never been a external handheld person. Like, I never took my handheld anywhere. Yeah, so for me, I don't know if it would change too much, but maybe now's the time that it would. So, yeah.
I reckon for me, if I had to catch public transport, I'd start using my handhelds more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Maybe. But that's my podcast time. That's when I listen to the shows that I listen to.
Okay.
So it's the balancing of the two, because I can't do two. I've tried doing both at the same time.
And then you get a little bit of neither.
I'm missing, like I feel like I'm not playing the game and I'm not listening to the podcast. I'm not watching the show on YouTube or whatever it is. So it's like I can't do both. But then again, I've used the Portal a fair bit. Like, I've spoken about like certain games, like Mina the Hollower, probably a game I will probably play exclusively on the Portal.
That's a good handheld game because it's supposed to be a Game Boy Color style game.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is a really good, just kind of like just a passage through time type discussion, right? Things keep changing.
Easing back into it.
Yeah, exactly. Vinny, we're going to be seeing each other again this weekend, which will be really exciting. Catching up with an old
Twice
friend.
in a week.
Twice in a week. Hasn't been like that in a very long time.
I know, right? Since we work together pretty much.
We work together. So, let's wrap her up here. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for joining us here on this fortnight's episode of Dodge, Parry, and Roll. If you would like to give us a like, comment on the video and tell us how your habits have changed as you've gotten older, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, Dodge, Parry, and Roll every fortnight. Vinny, it's been a pleasure. As always.
Always.
Send us away.
May the power protect you.
Goodbye.